in an earlier video, we were at Aeromanche on Gold Beach. Since then, we've been to Omaha Beach and we've been to Utah Beach. Well, now we are back at Gold, and in the background, it might be a little bit small on the camera, yeah, right here, you can see this is the far eastern end of the Mulberry Harbor. Whenever you drive from one end to the other, it gives you an idea of how huge these Mulberry Harbors were. As a matter of fact, I think the total area is bigger than Central Park. Well, we're here on our last day at Normandy. We've got about an hour left, and I hate that we've left out our Canadian friends and, for the most part, the British as well. So we're gonna try and hit Gold, Juno, and Sword Beach within the next hour before we have to go. Now, this is Gold, like I said. Gold was divided up into 4 smaller subsections, codenamed Item, Jig, King, and Love. Where we were at Aeromanche was at Item. I don't know exactly where this is at, but I'll find out after I start editing the video, and I'll put it in like the little annotations to let you know where I'm at now. But there's a few German defenses right around here. There's a bunker right here behind me. We'll go take a look at that real quick. We really have to move so that we can hit Juno and Sword as well, but I didn't want to come to Normandy and not at least visit all 5 beaches. So had I been filming, you would have seen that I just nearly died right here. You can even still see the skid mark right there. About slipped and went right down on my butt. Okay, so here's one of the casemates on the far end of Gold Beach. And if you look around here, of course, again, these right here, these little wings that come out, are designed to protect the guns that would have been housed right here. So this particular casemate would have been covering this end of the beach. So anybody landing here would have been within range of this German defense. Okay, so they have a few plaques here. One says, the 88mm housed in this emplacement accounted for 6 British tanks and held up the advance from the beach until it was destroyed at a range of 300 yards by a 25-pounder SP gun of the Essex Yeomanry, commanded by Sergeant R.E. Palmer, MM. Huh. Interesting. And right here is another Tobruk. So we've seen quite a few of these. This particular one has been filled in and has kind of become part of the parking lot right here at Gold Beach. We have made tracks down the beach, and we are now at Juno Beach. So Juno Beach was taken by the 3rd Canadian Infantry Division on D-Day. Their objective was to secure a landing and then head south and cut the road from Caen to Bayeux in 2. There was a naval bombardment, but it wasn't really as effective. I think it only took out like around 14% of the intended targets, one of which was a German bunker on the far western side of the beach that had a big gun in it, so that really helped save a lot of lives. But one thing about the Canadians, there was a lot of house-to-house fighting in the city, so they had it pretty rough. It looks like we got, wow, a really busted up bunker up here. We're running out of daylight, so we're trying to move fast here. And holy smokes. Well, this one just flat fell down. Interesting. So it looks like they've gated off the opening. And if you look here, you can see where this took a hit from a couple of naval guns on D-Day. Man, I cannot imagine being inside one of these things whenever they get hit with a naval round. That had to just kill your eardrums. You know, it's possible that this was from a tank, even though that's a pretty large blast area. I do know that a couple of these casemates were taken out by Canadian tanks on D-Day, and they went into one of them with a 75mm gun and found that there were 200 shell casings. So you can imagine the amount of damage that the Germans had inflicted from that particular one. Okay, man, I wish I could stay. I wish I could look more. But we've got to make it to Sword Beach before sundown. Well, the good news is we made it. The bad news is that Sword Beach is a little further away from Juno Beach than what I thought it was. So we didn't exactly get here in enough time to say or do anything meaningful. But this is the stretch of beach on the far eastern side of the Normandy landing beaches from D-Day where the British landed. I feel really bad about that. I promise that one day I will come back and I will give Sword Beach and Juno Beach the proper treatment that they deserve. Pegasus Bridge is not too far away. I'm heartbroken that I can't go see that too, but we're operating on a pretty tight time crunch, so can't do it all, but I will be back. But anyway, for what it's worth, there's Sword Beach.